In this video, we're learning the very first steps of left-handed crochet, how to make a slip knot and chain stitch. Hi, I'm Cherie, and this is Lefty Learns. For this video, you just need some yarn and a crochet hook. For learning, I recommend a medium weight yarn, often called a worsted weight or a number 4, in a light color so you can see your stitches. But if you already have yarn at home, you can absolutely use that. I'm using a medium weight yarn in a light pink and a 5mm hook that feels comfortable in my left hand. If what you have looks different, that's okay. Learning matters more than having the perfect supplies. I'm holding the hook in my left hand and the yarn in my right hand. There are a couple of common ways to hold the hook. There's the pencil hold or the knife hold. Neither one is wrong. What matters most is that it feels comfortable, even if it feels a little awkward at first. If this feels strange right now, that's completely normal. We're going to start with a slip knot. This is how we get the yarn on the hook. I'm going to show this slowly, and then I'll show it again. Hold the yarn tail in your left hand, and the working yarn, the yarn that's attached to your ball, in your right hand. Create a loop by crossing the working yarn over the yarn tail. Insert your fingers through the loop. Pull the working yarn through the loop to form a new loop. Place this loop onto your crochet hook. Gently pull the yarn tail to tighten the knot slightly. It should slide easily on the hook, not grip it. Let's do this again. Hold the yarn tail in your left hand and the working yarn in your right hand. Cross them to make a loop. Put your fingers in, grab the working yarn, and pull it a little tight. Then it should slide right on your hook, and you can tighten from there. You can see where they're crisscrossed. You're going to put the yarn through the hole and then tighten. From there, pull the tail and it tightens around your hook. You can see that it slides easily. Now we're going to make a chain stitch. This is the foundation for almost everything in crochet. I'm going to hold the tail in my left hand. I'm going to yarn over the hook and pull the yarn through the loop that's already on there. My left hand is holding the hook. My right hand is holding the controlling yarn. So let's do that again. We're going to put the yarn over the hook, which is called yarn over. And then you'll see it slides into the little groove in your hook right there. And slide it through that loop. So now you have one loop on your hook. Let's do it again. Yarn over and pull it through. You can see my chains forming in my yarn right here. Every V is a chain stitch. So let's do one more. Yarn over, pull it through. So you can see the V's that we've got. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. We aren't going to count the one that's on our hook. The chain doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to exist. It doesn't need to be too loose or too tight. You're going to work into this throughout your project. So you want to make sure that they're loose enough that your hook, they slide on your hook. You can see how easily mine is sliding on my hook. When you start your work and you start actually making the second row, you'll go into each of these stitches. So you've got to be able to put your hook through these stitches. So we'll do a few more. There's 1, 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through, yarn over, and pull through. I remember when my grandmother tried to teach me how to crochet, she had me sit for hours practicing chain stitches. She wouldn't let me get up until she said my chains looked perfect. That's not how I feel about it now. Chains just need to exist. They don't need to be perfect. Yes, they make a difference, but when you're learning, especially left-handed, it's okay if they're a little wobbly here and there. This is a great place to pause the video and practice for a bit before moving forward. Take your time, there's no rush. In the next video, we'll use this chain to start learning actual stitches, beginning with single crochet. Thanks for learning with me. If this was helpful, you can subscribe for more left-handed tutorials, and I'll see you in the next one.